March 5th of this year is the last time we saw PSG lose. Well, we just saw it happen again. Most of us did not expect Botafogo. I did not expect them to beat PSG. I'll be honest. I'm not going to act like a genius. And most of you guys know as well. Even Brazilian fans, they probably did not expect this result. But it went down and it happened. And this is one of the biggest shocks of the tournament, probably the biggest shock, and we've seen two of it so far, Inter Miami and as well PSG. I just made a video on Inter Miami as well, so go check it out if you haven't seen this. But this game I had to make a video on as well, because this Botafogo PSG game was just incredible. It was incredible to watch. Just as a neutral fan that's not a fan of both teams, it's just incredible to watch football like this, I'll be honest. And this is why I love the Club World Cup. Club World Cup so far has been a success, I would say. A lot of people have been hating on the idea of the Club World Cup, but so far for me, honestly, a lot of these games are very entertaining and close. Most of the fear with the Club World Cup was that, maybe attendance was one of them. But attendance, yes, it's been bad. But it's mostly on FIFA's part. They've been booking these huge stadiums, which, like, during the day, during people when they have 9 to 5s, is not the way to book these matches. But overall, still, there's thousands and thousands of people going to these games, and I don't think attendance has been that bad, especially when the South American teams roll around. The attendance for those games are strong, and tonight, Botafogo for PSG, the attendance for that was strong, I would say. And yeah, this is a huge shocker. It's just a huge shocker to see this happen. We saw earlier, obviously PSG won the Champions League just a few weeks ago. So to see this result go down, I just think it's one of the biggest things about football. You never know what can happen when the match begins. Now, Auckland City versus Bayern, we all know what's going to happen there. Let's be honest. Dude, those guys are amateurs. It's a totally different thing. But when it comes to teams like in Brazil, teams in Portugal, teams in Saudi, you honestly cannot count them out. You can't count them out. All those teams just have a structure, they have a way of playing, and stylistically, it's a lot different. So those teams matching up against European teams, it might cause problem for them. And today, with the PSG game, we saw that. We saw that. Those guys, Botafogo, defending their asses off. Just defending with heart, with passion. You don't really see that. These guys are having fun defending, which honestly, as a defender myself and a midfielder, I love seeing that. Just making huge tackle after huge tackle. This match was very entertaining to watch, especially defensively from Botafogo. And so far, the South American teams, these guys haven't lost a game so far, if I'm correct. Those guys have not lost a game, and it just shows. The Brazilian League, the Argentine League, those leagues are tough. They're not some joke. Those teams should be considered as one of the top leagues in the world, because the physicality there in the Brazilian League and also the Argentine League it's not a joke. Honestly, even all of South America, Uruguay, all those countries, the physicality there is not a joke. That's why sometimes you see some of the best European players, when they go to those teams in South America, they tend to struggle. An example is James Rodriguez, who went to Sao Paulo, and a lot of fans hate him. Even Willian, he played in Brazil for a time, and a lot of fans hate him. A lot of fans hated him, which is crazy because he came back to Fulham and he wasn't that bad. Stylistically, a lot of European teams cannot match up with these Brazilian teams and Argentine teams. The way they play, the passion they have, a soft European team cannot beat a team in Brazil or Argentina. And Botafogo is not one of the best Brazilian teams. They're not. But today we saw the way they played. And against this young PSG team who, yes, they just won the Champions League, but they're still young. We have to remember that. And the physicality Botafogo brought was a lot for them. And just the way they were packed up defensively, the way they came out, their game plan, worked to perfection. And honestly, I don't think PSG played bad at all. They did not play bad at all. It just the low block Botafogo had in this game was just so hard to break down. And Atletico played a low block as well. So, Botafogo, the way they were lined up was just a lot more organized. And if you're a Club World Cup hater, guys, you're missing out. You're honestly missing out. And I know a lot of people in Europe, they're asleep during these games. I get that. But a lot of us North Americans, we go through the same thing when the World Cup came around last time. Like, I remember waking up, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. to watch Saudi Arabia versus Argentina. And I had the time of my life. It was worth it. But we went through that. And I believe that it's okay for once for you guys to go through that as well. They're spoiled. Europeans have been spoiled with football coming in at the right time. This Club World Cup is a victim of that. Because we saw the Chelsea versus LAFC game. There's a reason it was done at 12. It was for the English fans. It was for the European fans. That time is not ideal for the American crowd where they have 9 to 5 quite practically. So again, if you're hating on this tournament, you're missing out. Because this tournament so far has produced some honestly unbelievable games and some of the best games of the year. The different styles and matchups make this tournament what it is. And it's just a great showing of football on different sides of the world. Also, for a lot of these players, they haven't played on the biggest stage. This stage is huge for them, and the fact they can showcase this in front of the world, for a lot of these players, it means a lot. And I just want to give a shout out to Nottingham Forest. It's a bit random, but the way these guys signed two of the best players in this team, honestly, fair play. Igor Jesus, this guy's a machine. This guy is a machine up top. Not only up top, but the way he defends, the way he presses. Nottingham Forest, they got a good striker. They already have Chris Wood. Even the defender, I forgot his name, but I believe he's 20 years old. So far in this tournament, he's been one of the best defenders. So they did a great job signing both of those guys. And it shows there's a lot of hidden talent in these South American teams. And this group just got so interesting. For me, I thought it was for sure going to be PSG, Atletico, just sweeping up this group. Man, I was so wrong. And as I said, I was so wrong about this tournament. Because we're just seeing surprise after surprise. I don't know what's going to happen the rest of the tournament. Honestly, we might see some of these South American teams, even some, Inter Miami, we don't know what's going to happen with them. Someone's going to make a surprise run to the semifinals. That's what I'm saying right now. Someone is going to make a surprise run, especially because those knockout games, they're one game only. So it's not like the Champions League where it's 2 legs or even the Copa Libertadores where it's 2 games. This tournament is different and it's just a 1-game format in the knockouts. So we're going to see surprises, guys. We're going to see surprises. I mean, we're already seeing it. And Botafogo, they're first in Group B. PSG second, and Atletico Madrid third. Seattle Sounders, let's be honest, those guys are out already. But yeah, Botafogo next game against Atletico Madrid, that will be a war. And you already know, Atletico Madrid, the way they come, the physicality they play with, matched up to Botafogo will be a very interesting battle. And I'm rooting for Botafogo. I'm a Real Madrid fan, so I don't like Atletico Madrid anyway, but I'm rooting for Botafogo to come out this group because if they come out first, the battle it will create and the disparity it will create in knockouts is something I didn't expect. Because if Botafogo comes first, at this point, they will play Inter Miami, which is such an interesting matchup. And then it will be PSG versus Palmeiras, which is Palmeiras, if you've watched them so far, they have been one of the best teams, I will say, in this competition. Like, they have impressed me so much. Just the way they play, the midfield they have. Palmeiras has been a team that has shocked me, I'll be honest. I didn't know much about them to that degree, but they play some beautiful football. And I want parity. I just want parity in this Club World Cup. I want some of the teams that we least expect to make a deep run. It will make the competition a lot more fun and a lot more entertaining. And again, the casual will be locked in on this tournament if we see surprise runs. And again, shout out to Botafogo because they completed a clinic, man. They completed a clinic. Defensively, they were just so tidy. And they locked down some of the best attackers in the world. I mean, Doué today, Doué had a stinker. I mean, this guy couldn't get past anyone. And it says a lot about Botafogo's defense. Let me know in the comments what you have felt about this tournament so far. Have you been enjoying it? And do you have any complaints about this tournament so far? Because for me, I don't really have much complaints. The only complaint I have is probably the attendance. But other than that, man, come on. This tournament so far is the perfect way it's gone for FIFA. I bet FIFA's watching this and loving it because this tournament has gone so perfect for them. The underdogs are winning. It's not a complete blowout by a lot of these European teams to the South American or Asian teams. It's been very equal, which is something I love. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about this match. Anyway, like for the latest football news, subscribe as always again, and peace out.